There are moments in life when someone steps into your world, and without either of you realizing it, a quiet spark begins to form. Not loud, not obvious, just a gentle pull that grows every time you talk, every time you share a small laugh, every time your energies naturally fall into sync. People often think attraction is dramatic, bold, or instantly recognizable. But in reality, the strongest connections show up in whispers, in subtle shifts, in tiny emotional signals that most people overlook. And if you learn to read them, you begin to understand someone on a level you never have before. So listen closely. Because what I'm about to share isn't about games or tricks. It's about the psychology behind why someone starts feeling drawn to you, quietly, deeply, and sometimes unexpectedly. It begins with emotional focus. When someone finds themselves paying more attention to you than they intend to, that's the first sign. Maybe their eyes linger a little longer when you're talking. Maybe they tune into your words more carefully than they do with others. Or maybe your presence shifts something inside them, a soft comfort, a sense of being understood, a feeling that your energy brings them calmness they didn't know they needed. These moments seem small, but the mind doesn't treat them as small. The mind remembers the people who make us feel safe, seen, or strangely at home. And then, there's proximity. Not physical closeness in a suggestive way, but emotional closeness. When someone starts leaning toward you, even in conversation, it's rarely random. It's the subconscious saying, "I feel connected here." They might angle their body in your direction, shift slightly when you speak, or breathe a little slower, because your presence makes them comfortable enough to relax. Humans naturally drift toward the people who soften their inner world. Another powerful cue is curiosity. When someone is genuinely drawn to you, they ask questions, not out of politeness, but out of real interest. They want to know what shaped you, what inspires you, what you dream about. This curiosity is one of the clearest indicators of connection, because the heart doesn't invest where it feels nothing, and sometimes the signal is found in their silence. That moment when they pause before replying, as if they're trying to say the right thing. That soft breath before they speak. The one that says your opinion matters to them more than they want to admit. These are the kinds of signs people rarely talk about, but they speak louder than anything else. When you notice someone growing more attuned to your presence, and not with intensity but with warmth, it often means their mind has started associating you with comfort. This is one of the most intimate forms of attraction because it isn't built on impulse. It's built on emotional resonance. And when someone begins to feel emotionally safe around you, their behavior naturally reflects that safety. They soften, they open up, they share stories they don't usually share, they let their guard down in small ways, offering pieces of themselves without even realizing they're doing it. And perhaps the most meaningful sign of all, they remember things. Tiny things. Things you said casually. Things you didn't think were important. But they hold on to those details because somewhere inside, you matter more than you think. So what do you do when you sense these signals? You don't rush. You don't push. You simply match the energy, gently, respectfully, naturally. Because true connection isn't something you force. It's something you nurture. If they lean in emotionally, you lean in too, at the same pace. If they open up, you meet their openness with your own honesty. If they give you presence, you give it back. This is how real bonds grow, not through intensity, but through alignment. And remember, attraction built on emotional understanding lasts longer than anything based on appearance or impulse. It's the kind of connection that stays, even when the excitement settles. It's the kind that makes someone think about you long after you're gone, not because of anything you did, but because of how you made them feel. So the next time you're with someone and you sense these gentle signals, the attention, the warmth, the curiosity, the comfort, understand what it truly means. It means you've touched a part of their heart they didn't expect anyone to reach. And trust me, that kind of connection is rare. If this helped you see attraction through a new lens, make sure you stay with this channel for more psychology insights that open the mind and soften the heart. And remember, the most powerful connections are the ones that grow quietly and change you gently.